This morning's Breakfast Bible Bite is part 15, and it's titled In the Presence of the Glorified Christ. In summation of this series of the resurrection of Christ, we should keep in mind that the idea of Christ's newly transformed ethereal body was a totally foreign concept, for Hollywood did not yet exist. The disciples had enough trouble believing that Christ would die and then be raised, let alone even conceiving the idea of their Messiah having a recognizable yet a supernatural body. It is virtually inconceivable to us that the early Christians would have fabricated such a wild story to validate the fact of Jesus' resurrection if it were not true. And in some circles today, it still sounds too much like science fiction for so many doubters. The idea of Christ's new paranormal body would have been a totally foreign concept. However, the personal witness of the mystical appearances of Christ have revealed the supernatural essence of the resurrected Christ. At the tomb, he suddenly appeared and spoke to Mary in John 20, verses 11 through 12. He suddenly appeared walking on the road to Emmaus with two men in Luke 24, 30 through 31, and then he disappeared from their table as he broke bread with them. Later he appeared to the 11 when the doors were locked in John 20:26, and cooking fish in Galilee when he appeared to the 7. In Acts 26:12 through 15, we read of Paul's encounter with the risen Christ on the road to Damascus. And finally in Acts 1:8 through 9, we read about those who witnessed Jesus' ascension to heaven. Jesus said to them, "But you will receive power from when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem and all Judea and Samaria and to the ends of the earth." And after he said this, he was taken up as they were watching, and a cloud took him out of their sight. Verse 13 of Acts 1 goes on to name those present who personally witnessed Jesus' ascension. With so many eyewitnesses to Christ's resurrection and the accompanying secondhand testimonies, can we have any doubt? Here is the biblical truth. We are either saved by his resurrection or we live and die without hope, since the entirety of our salvation depends on Jesus' resurrection. Folks, we have gone through all of these 15 Breakfast Bible Bites on the resurrection of Jesus so that you will have the answers to give to those who will analyze your faith. Please remember, Resurrection Day is not about the bunny. Don't allow your conversation to diminish the impact of Christ's resurrection.